Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and the market is sitting at 1.3 trillion. That's the total market cap, down 6.34% from yesterday. Volume is up, but that volume being 50% up is a lot of selling. In this video, we're going to look at the on-chain analysis, the only real analysis that I pay attention to. Because the metrics that I'm going to share with you really do matter. We're also going to talk about Coinbase in Japan and a discussion that is going on regarding Flare. It is happening kind of away from the public eye. You can join if you like. And last but not least, Hester Peirce. Yep, she's weighing in on XRP. So I want to just show you what the market looks like. I sure didn't want to open up with this particular view to start with because it is really scary. This is the new Quantify Crypto website that I have really enjoyed finding. And I think that when we take a look at the top 81 tokens, only 7 are in the green, and that would be the stable coins. Yeah, Solana down 10%, Filecoin down 10%, Polkadot down 11%. On the week, however, it's really interesting that we see XDC still up 19%, AMP up still 21%, and Quant up still 14%. All right, this is Brian and Dino. They have been on the channel a few times, and their site is an on-chain behavioral site called Sentiment with an A. And what we're going to do here is we're going to look at Bitcoin. Why Bitcoin? Because the whole darn market is correlated to Bitcoin. Social media is bearish, but please ignore the noise. The whales are one of the outliners that you want to focus on right now. And we're going to see some millionaire behavior, as they call it. And those are the whale wallets, the 100 to 10,000 BTC wallets. There has been 90,000 Bitcoin in 30 days added or additionally accumulated. So this is a signal of increased confidence, believe it or not. I'm going to play for you just this 1-minute portion. Have a listen.
But why don't we move into a few more metrics that might look a little more encouraging, beginning with millionaire behavior at the moment. And what this is showing is the addresses that hold between 100 and 10,000 Bitcoin at any given moment, how many total coins they hold at this time. And we actually bottomed out with this metric just about a month ago on May 21st, when these addresses held 9.02 million Bitcoin. And since that time, they have accumulated just about 90,000 Bitcoin just in the span of a month. So based on this metric, where there is definitely some correlation to the price, we're seeing some healthy accumulation from the whales right now, despite the fact that circulation is down, despite the fact that dormant tokens aren't moving at the same rate. And it appears that the key stakeholders in Bitcoin are still buying with confidence and scooping up more, with the expectation that prices will eventually get back to those all-time high levels and beyond. Yep.
Okay, and then when we go a little bit further in the upload that they provided everybody just a couple of days ago, we're going to see the BTC whale addresses, have declined since February, when we had 2,489 Bitcoin addresses that belong to the whales. Now there's only 2,170. And what I really want to point out here is watching the exchange inflow and outflow. That, for me, tells everything. And then when you combine that with looking at the capitulation spikes, you can see that moving Bitcoin on or off exchanges is very, very important. And clearly, we see this decline going on to exchanges. All right, here we go. Let's listen to this portion here. Didn't I cue that up properly? Yeah, I did. Okay, here we go.
The biggest, by far, the biggest spike in exchange info for Bitcoin has happened after this latest crash. We've had actually a cluster of spikes. It was a massive amount of BTC being moved to exchanges daily. It was a massive sell wall that needed to be absorbed. However, last couple of weeks, there's been a clear decline in the daily sell side pressure that we're seeing for Bitcoin. So just the amount of Bitcoin that are being moved to exchanges daily has massively subsided since the crash on May 23rd. That began on May 23rd. Now, also, if you, Brian, look at the supply of Bitcoin on exchanges, so this is only looking at the total amount of BTC being moved to exchange wallets on a daily basis. Here we can look at the supply of Bitcoin on exchanges, and it's the same sort of idea, or it's the same trend at least. We are seeing the very significant spike in the amount of Bitcoin on exchanges right as the crash started after the Elon and China news. We've seen, a huge uptick in just general availability of BTC on exchanges. However, over the last 30 days, we have sort of shrunk down back to pre-dump levels in terms of the amount of BTC that is currently available in the exchange addresses that we track. So overall, I think even though we had to go through a period of fear and capitulation and just people unfortunately feeling a lot of pain, it seems like there's been a sort of winding down of daily Bitcoin sell-offs, which in my opinion isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like after a while, you need to have a period where sell-side pressure subsides. It's absorbed and it allows for long-term or even short-term just price recovery. So the fact that it seems like we are at the end of a capitulation period, maybe for Bitcoin holders, also might be an optimistic sign for short-term Bitcoin's recovery. So that's one last thing that I was going to check. Right.
Yeah, I like Brian and Dino. I want to have them back on the channel soon. Okay, there are just two other charts that I want to show you from another online data analysis. This is Glassnode. The Bitcoin futures, the volume. This is really something that is in decline since the El Salvador announcement. The perpetual funding rates have turned downward. And this takes us all the way out to June 14th. And you can see the derivative traders are just not buying into the sureness of the market. So I think we're going to see a lot of caution for a while still. And when you look at June 15th, the fear and greed index was all the way up to 38, but now today we are at 23. So this is not the lowest it's been. We've seen 11 this month, but I want to always know what the whales are doing. So don't get so paralyzed on trying to hit the bottom here. That's why a lot of people who are in this market say how important it is to cost average in. And yes, I believe that. Okay, speaking of whales, we are looking at the XRP ODL Rosetta. This is on the 3xrp.dev site. I'm telling you, it just keeps getting better on this site. We're able to now look at a lot of whale movement. It just keeps expanding in the real-time views of transactions. Here you see XRP transactions happening in real time. Each color is a different exchange in various fiats, and the site will also show you the very top tags of those flows and which exchanges are active. You can see the fiat liquidity. I just love how this site is building out. All right, that $1 million behavior, well, that is, I think, the most important point of this particular video is to pay attention to what they are doing. Okay, Coinbase Japan. Yeah, they're officially now a first-class member of the Japan Virtual Currency Exchange Association. It's a mouthful. From my quick research, they do not have XRP as one of the supported tokens. Now, anything can change, but as I have said, I researched briefly. Somebody might be able to double check me, but I don't think XRP is going to be in the mix from the get-go. It looks like they're getting very close to launching. They've taken an Otemachi address in Tokyo, which I find interesting. That's the key financial center of Japan. The largest companies are located there, and it is also the oldest part of Tokyo. It's very full of a lot of history and historic sites. All right, this is going to be a place you want to go to for a well-monitored Telegram chat for the Flare proposal group. Yeah, there's 481 members so far. Very good conversation occurring. Hugo is quite active in there, and I think you can use this channel to level up. Don't get buried with all the noise. Please be a part of the solution, and I should make that plural, solutions going forward, because as a self-governed token, we're going to have a lot of those solutions to work through. Yes, Spark is a token. I want to remind everybody that is to be utilized. All right. So the people who tell me that they are just wanting to hold or sell, they're missing the point. And when we take a look at this headline here, XRP might not be a security, according to the SEC commissioner. What that headline is referring to is a tweet that I put out hours ago, and I pulled that portion out where Hester Peirce is speaking particularly about XRP. So let me just play this quick 58 seconds, and I think it's interesting.
So that leads to the question, XRP has been on the market for 8 years. When does a digital asset become a security or maybe something else? And how does the SEC determine that?
Well, I think that is a difficult question, and it's something that I've also, again, tried to get us to be a little bit more precise. When we think about a crypto asset, a digital asset as being a security, what we're doing is we're saying that we think it's being sold as part of an investment contract, which means that there are promises being made around the sale of that asset. It doesn't mean that the asset itself necessarily has to be a security. It means that it was being sold as a security. Then the question becomes, at what point can someone sell that asset as not as a security? And that is a very difficult line.
So
I don't know, everyone. She tried to play good cop for a long, long time. I don't buy it. All right, we're jumping to the fluff. Yeah, we are going to talk about the Keio Hotel. The Keio Plaza Hotel is a place you want to consider when you come to Tokyo. It was the very first high-rise hotel in Tokyo, and it's celebrating its 50th anniversary right now. And there is another company in Japan that is celebrating its 50th anniversary, and that is Cup Noodle. The two of them together are going to collaborate. Yeah, they started on the 18th, on Friday, and this is really fun. The chefs will grace the menu with a cup noodle fusion. Yeah, gourmet style with 9 different flavors. The selection is either a full feast. Look at that. I mean, this is not inexpensive either, and I'm sure it's really, really yummy. I have no doubt they spent a lot of time to perfect a very high quality meal with these cup noodles. They have a spicy, twice fried Chinese rice. They have cold noodles, cilantro, cold pork with green onion, mini burgers. Oh my gosh. Salt noodle sandwiches. Look how beautiful it is. Look how beautiful it is. And gratin, chocolate mousse, curry bars. Let me show you the curry bars. Here are the curry bars. Yeah, I just think it's super fun, right? These collaborations are creative and also yummy. And the last one is going to really surprise you because it surprised me. They even have 2 different cocktails. This is the one that uses the seafood noodle broth with vodka. Okay, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.